Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again for our fifth segment tonight. We are so excited. We are here at Nellie's Sports Bar, which is a DC gay bar staple. They were so gracious to have us. We're happy to be here.
They close at 10, so we're like in just under the wire.
Right. We got food and drinks in, don't you worry. You have to order food just like in Provincetown.
So thank you to all of our, first of all, we're going to start to wrap things up here, but I have to say thank you to all of our DCP Town friends, and there are many of you, Kurt and Kevin and Chris and Jason. Some people that you're going to see shortly in a pre-taped segment. Our new friends, Rich and Sarah at the Duplex Diner, Doug, the manager of Nellie's, Keith and Brooke. We've been having a really great time here. We hope you guys have had a really good time with us. It sounds like everything's still kind of too close to call, which we knew would be the case at this hour.
Yeah.
But also,
should we let Steve tell us that?
Yeah, Steve, are you there?
I am. And yes, you're exactly right. I will say, compared to where I feel like we've been in previous elections, presidential elections, the count is really going slowly.
Right, of course.
We don't know because every state is counting different types of ballots. So you have early in person, you have absentee or by mail, and you have in person on election day, 3 different types of ballots. And each state is counting them sort of in a different order. So we don't know exactly what we've seen. For example, in Florida, which it seems likely to go to Trump, there still are outstanding mail ballots, which are going to be Biden's best tranche of votes. So even though Trump is ahead and probably will end up ahead, what's left to count looks like it's Biden votes, lean Biden or maybe solidly Biden. So, and then in Ohio, we're not sure what we're seeing. Some counties are doing early, some counties are doing same day. And so I just caution everyone not to look at the results at this moment and conclude that there's a trend, because I don't see a trend. I can't tell you that this is a blue wave. I definitely don't see a red wave. I could see at this point, based on what we know, that Trump could win, and I could see that Trump could still be blown out. So it could be anything from, Republicans hold seats to Democrats take everything. And anything.
I got it. So Steve, I know that you love to do this. So for those of you that don't know, Nate Silver, the 538 poll number cruncher, we called Steve our 538 Dyer guy. This is like porn to you, crunching numbers and watching elections. Out of all of the elections that you've watched and crunched numbers for, where does this rank in terms of uncertainty, excitement? Are you sweating? Like, I can't see you right now.
So I am sweating a little, only because I feel like for so many years, elections were so predictable. The polls would close in Kentucky, and they'd be called for the Republican immediately. Texas is going down to the wire. Right now, Trump is up by a couple of thousand votes in a state that's about to cast more votes than it's ever cast in history, and a higher percentage than probably ever in history. So, I don't feel like I can point to. I'm looking at Virginia, which everyone is expected to be a complete Democrat route, and right now Trump is ahead. Now, it has to do with where the votes are coming in, what's being counted. So, you have to be patient. And again, we're going to be counting all through the night. Some states are going to stop and then resume tomorrow. Some states are going to keep counting votes until Friday. So we're not going to know for sure what's happening in the next couple of hours. So I can tell you that people need to keep staying in touch with what's going on, watching the results, and we'll keep looking for a trend that will give us some sense of where this is going to end up. But right now, we don't know.
How is my friend Jamie Harrison doing?
Well, he's falling behind, but again, we don't know which precincts and which counties are reporting. We can see the counties, but you can't tell within a county whether it's the more urban precincts, the more rural precincts. And I will say that the only trend that I am seeing carrying through from 2018 is that suburban areas are sticking to the Democrats, which that was a shift, right? In the old paradigm, Republicans tended to be doing well in the suburbs. They didn't in 2018, and they're again not this year. But the turnout in rural areas is surprisingly strong.
Well, I mean, there's good news and there's bad news in there. I guess what advice do you have for people going forward? Just stay tuned. What do you think is going to give people the kind of the go ahead to where it sways one way or another?
Well, I mean, I think you've got to watch Texas for sure. And if Biden can win Texas, then I think this election is over. I think we've got to keep watching Ohio. Ohio's gotten really close. 7,000 votes are separating them. Biden's still ahead. But the last hour, all the votes that have come in have really eaten away. He had a 400,000 vote margin an hour ago, and it's down to 7,000. But there are votes that have not been counted today, and we don't know what those are. So I would be very hesitant to tell you how this is going to turn out.
Well, I just want to say, no matter what happens in Jamie Harrison's race, Jamie, if you're watching, Jamie's watching,
Probably.
Right? I mean, Jamie raised $100 million for this Senate race. This T-shirt cost $500,000. He sold like 20 T-shirts to run for Senate. No, I'm just kidding. I really, really hope Jamie does well. It's tough to not know as much as we don't know right now. Thank you so much for keeping us updated. Yeah. It's hard for you to watch and do.
Well, it's my pleasure, and I enjoy doing it. And I just wish we knew more because we're all dying at not knowing.
You were fantastic throughout the night. Thank you so much, Steve, for being here with us tonight. You were extremely fabulous, and you added so much to our broadcast. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, and I love what you guys are doing, and I want to support you going forward.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Steve 538 Dyer Katsurinis.
Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Man, this is what everybody told us too. They were like, "Why are you doing this? You're not going to know anything by the time you're done doing your show." And I was like, "But the point is to do the show.
Yeah, it was so much
fun. To go to DC and watch it happen live."
Yeah.
And Nellie's, because they're closing, there aren't a lot of people here to ask questions of. But I will say that last night on our first night in town, we happened to run into these two very friendly DC local ladies at the brewery where we were having dinner, and we got them to speak on camera about how they felt about the election. I think their names were Emily Jane and Lindsay Aaron 13. Something like that. Do you have that clip, Jonathan?
Yeah, let's take it away.
Hey everybody, our first stop in DC is the Right Proper Brewing Company in the Shaw neighborhood of Washington. We were lucky enough to meet some friendly locals who were going to ask about the election. So, EJ Ofadale.
Hi.
Lindsay Aaron 13.
That is my handle.
Lindsay Roschke. So you guys, how do you feel about the election tomorrow?
Nervous.
Really nervous.
Very nervous.
Yeah, I feel like there's just a lot on the line.
Have you already voted?
Yes.
Both of you.
Mm-hmm. Early.
Mm-hmm.
Went
Dropped
early
off
in
the ballot
person.
in the box.
I went early in person. There was no line. It was fantastic. Unlike the primaries, where I waited for 5 hours.
You did?
I did.
Well, thank you for doing your civic duty.
It was horrible.
I live in a place where it takes 30 seconds to vote.
Yeah. Normally, that's how it was.
Right. To watch people wait for hours and hours and hours is incomprehensible to me.
It's crazy. This time around, it was maybe a minute. I actually had my sister on my AirPods, and I was like, can you look up this person for me? Because I don't know who it is. Because it was all the down ballot. The down ballot votes. You definitely have to look into it because they're the ones who are determining your local policy. So.
And since you have already voted, how are you going to spend your election day tomorrow?
Hunker down, probably drinking wine.
Watching the state map. I will be at work.
Saving lives.
Probably tomorrow will be more like treating gout. But
Okay, in all honesty, I didn't just meet them. These are two of my oldest friends that I've known for 20 years. I'm just really excited to see them. Thank you guys so much for making some time to come be with us.
Wouldn't be anywhere else.
We're so happy to see you. And DC's a safe place to be tomorrow, right?
DC's a very safe place to be. Yes.
Thank you.
It is. DC has not been the same since Obama left, but it is still a great place.
And very welcoming to everybody who's visiting.
Thank you.
And we are happy to have you all.
Thank you very much. See you guys.